इवेंट करो.
हाँ.
Request all students to put their mobile phones on silent.
It is we will be knowing the impact thinking, especially for what we are gathered here, under the guidance of our HOD sir. The aim of this session is to draw mixing so sit to proceed this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Devanshi. First of all, a very warm welcome to you all. My dear students, all the coordinators too. So, myself, Professor Prachi Pancholi, again extends a cheerful welcome to all of you. Members to augment knowledge and skills in key areas involved with problem solving and ideation process. So, anyone of you, I need quick response from you all. What does problem solving mean? Anyone? You may please raise your hand and actively participate. Okay, no issues. So, and ideas, and thus by solving the problems itself. Which is and creativity, innovation, and new ways of thinking. Let me introduce our distinguished speaker, who is none other than as an academician and researcher, and has overall 25 research area.
So the IIC is nothing but Institute Innovation Council. So every students is I can see that the students have some or other potential in terms of the innovations. Either they are innovators in the some social related problems or some technical stuffs. But day to day, the engineering is nothing but it is trying to find the solutions for the different problems. And you can only solve the problems when you are having some innovative way to think. Otherwise, you have to spend lots of times. So nowadays, you can see there are lots of apps coming out in the market. There are the lots of mechanisms to deal with the stuffs. Our government is also putting a lots of initiative by the various hackathons where they are launching the various problem on their websites of various governing body, and the students are the solving them and they are giving the solutions. So ultimately there is a entire ecosystems is developed, and it is starts with a very basic ecosystem that is called the Institute Innovation Council. So we also have the SSIP cell here, the Student Startup Innovations Policy cell, where we are able to give the financial supports to the students. At present on our LDC website, if you go to the SSIP tab, then there is a one form submission that is called the apply for the financial funding. So if you are having any innovative idea, you can apply through that, and we can give the financial funding through the proper scrutiny up to the 2.5 lakh rupees. So in Institute Innovation Councils, we also have various divisions, like we are having a patent filing support systems where students can file the patent, and we also provide the financial support. There is a one idea repository that is called the Ldce. So if you are having any good idea, then you can register through the IIC, and you can also get the benefit out of it. We are also conducting the series of the sessions. So here, if you can see, the second logo is for the Institute Innovation Council, that is IIC. So entire LDC ecosystem is so much mature that, and I congratulate to the Hetal madam, Prachi madam, and again entire the staff of the computer department, including Matrix sir, that we have 3 startups. That is like highest number from the LDC that is coming out from your department. So I congratulate, and I students like you. So at present, these 3 startups are very matured. They are, hope you know the Roshan Rao. They are also doing very good work, and it is, they have like initially they are the pillar of the startup ecosystems in the our institute. So I encourage all the students to go through the websites and take the maximum benefit out of it. We have Vithlani sir and our respected principal madam, those who are continuously supporting and motivating us. so that we can upscale the innovation ecosystems through the IIC and SSIP in the our institute. So I once again thank you all the coordinators for inviting me and giving me opportunity to talk with you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Manish sir. It was quite a grainful, for IIC portal. Thanks a lot. Now I would request Dr. Vitlani sir to please share his thoughts over the same.
So, dear students, you are fortunate enough that you have a head of the department like Dr. Chirag Thakur, and you have a SSIP coordinator like Dr. Manish Thakur. I got opportunity to work with Chirag sir. Chirag sir joined, I think, in education department 1998. At that time, I was at GP Gandhinagar. So we worked together at GP Gandhinagar. Then after at Ldce Rajkot, and again I am fortunate that I got opportunity to work with him at Ldce. You are very fortunate that you have all the effective mentors like Hetal Madam, Prachi Madam, Matrix sir, and all other enthusiastic faculty members of computer engineering departments are always ready to mentor you. You are very, very fortunate. Take maximum advantage of it. We have a SSIP cell, and I was very much surprised, last SSIP 1.0, sir could do the expenditure of around 99% of the available grant. In other colleges, if you see, about 50% of utilization. I was feeling proud at GSC Rajkot that, we have consumed about 80% of grant maximum. But when I came to Ldce, I came to know that here it is a 99% more than us. So you are very, very fortunate that you are in this campus. Its campus is very, very vibrant campus. The human being is a creativity. So here you are getting, a lot of motivation for the creativity. So many hackathons are being launched, and you are everywhere you are participating along with your regular curriculum and all that. Tomorrow we is coming from E-Impochip. At 3 p.m. exactly at the seminar hall of EC department, there is a session. So those who are interested in participating in digital ideation, you should come there. Welcome there at the EC department. I wish all you, all the wishes, my wishes are with you. Best of luck to all of you. And now I am also eager to listen sir's session, because at Rajkot I was not getting enough time to attend sir's session. I have time today, so I will be here with you. Thank you.
Okay, so as Vitlani sir said, he actually has told you so many things. Then now we shall proceed with our sir's session. Come workshop it would be. So, sir.
The this is So fine. Okay, next slide, please. So this industrial jobs, 577 million is above the age of 64, which people consider non-productive except the exceptions. Next slide, please. Now, all these people, what they do, they lead life. I can say that if you recall from 5.5 years back, our monthly data plan was 2 GB. And today your daily data plan is 4 GB. And you have more than one SIM. So the message is loud and clear. You lead a very digital life. After the proliferation of social networking sites, what we consume every day is not food grain or water. What we consume today maximally is data. Data is the new oil. You consume bandwidth. And that's why I keep on joking with my engineering friends that the first level of civilization was on banks of river. All civilizations. Egypt, China, India, all banks of river. The second level of civilization was on the banks of roadways, highways. So what you do is, you just, and that's what Auda, Buddha, Rida do. They just build the roads and the societies come up. As simple as that. The third level of civilization will be on the banks of fiber optic cable. And then you can ask me, prove it. I just give you the proof. In this entire campus, if you just want to find out maximum student presence, what you have to do? Just locate the access point where the maximum bandwidth is there. All the students will be there. So next generation of civilization would be on the banks of fiber optic cable. So that is something. So that brings digital life. So this is the perfect where you can see the human beings and their mundane day-to-day activities, and what they are consuming is they are leading a profound digital life. Next slide, please. But when they lead digital life, it's not evenly spread. And if I take the corporate approach, the industrial approach, this is the unbalance. There are few companies which are having the larger pie of the market share. Not only in terms of profit, also in terms of revenue, also in terms of subscribers and all those management marketing terms. So, what is the root cause of this balance? Next slide, please. So, these 5 major companies, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple, and Microsoft. And to your surprise, they belong to one nation. They operate from one nation, which has, if you are talking about top 100 companies of the world, 64 comes from one nation. And the remaining comes from the other nations. And that's where dollar dictates the chart. Though I don't want to go into the geopolitical and other financial aspects, but this is unbalanced. And from where they get the revenue streams, that is also to be understood, to understand the digital life. Next. So this is how, so Apple is $1.3 trillion company. So this is roughly $700 billion. So $700 billion is, for some countries, it is more than their GDP. Now this is something which is very profound, and you have to understand this. Now while we are discussing this, we don't want to discuss the geopolitical and financial and political aspects. I just want to go into that detail, that how a person or 7,000 or 30,000 people create a company and then they impact the entire globe. Into that, there is innovation, and that's why problem solving approach and ideation has a value to it. Next. This is just the zoomed in version of a company. There are some companies which are there in products. There are some companies which make software and hardware both. A2, A1 bionic chips. There are some companies which are just, it's a platform which sells the product. There are some companies which is in services. They don't make majorly no major products they are making, but still. So these are different verticals, and these different verticals cater to more than 2.5 billion people who are netizens. We call them netizens. Next. And this is the secret source of their success. And as I said, one use case, you just take the all Apple stuff. Smart folio covers, magic keyboard, retina display, Apple Pencil, A14 bionic chip, version 1, version 2, 12 megapixel camera. Now, I give one example which I am going to repeat today. You take any international brand other than Apple, you take 20 megapixel camera and you take an image, and the same person takes image with this 12 megapixel camera, Apple brand, iPhone. If the definition of megapixel camera is same, then 20 megapixel camera should always give you a better picture quality. But that's not the case. Why? Because beyond capturing the image, there are other aspects, engineering aspects, design aspects, algorithmic aspects, processing aspects. And all this is what is called creative thinking. And I'll enter that subject. Next. So, invention alone is not enough. Invention, design research, ideation and design. If you take any one of the bubble, then if you just start building a company or a startup, it's not going to succeed. If it succeeds, it's not going to be there in the industry for a longer period of time. So you have to understand the complete innovation process, you have to understand the innovation ecosystem, and you have to go gradually that you have to make sure that whatever is your idea, your ideation should go through a very rigorous process of this entire ecosystem. Next slide, please. And for that, what you need is, you need the capability of creative thinking and critical thinking. Now, what is creative thinking? All those people who understands, who are creative geniuses, whether a film writer, lyrics writer, novelist, musician, music writer, orchestra conductor, sculptor, painter, anybody, musician, they all are creative people. And so since the human civilization started, the major workforce is divided into two groups, creative thinking and critical thinking. What is creative thinking? All these creative geniuses and their stuff. And what is critical thinking? Critical thinking takes this, analyze, break down the larger problem into smaller one, try to address them, comparison, listing, capability, sequencing, ranking, a lot of engineering related stuff, which is also part of the outcome-based education. And this is creative thinking, previous one. Imagine, invent, design, create. But there is a cross-section, and this is debatable cross-section. Problem-solving approach. That is one major trait of critical thinking. But when Apple hires creative people and critical people, put them in one team for one product, that product gives you better results, even if it is 12 megapixel camera. Vis-a-vis 20 megapixel camera. That's the secret. That's the idea we need to think about. Next. So these are some of the listed traits of creative thinking, problem solving and critical thinking. What is important for us is their common points, solution, outcomes, strategies and evaluation. But it doesn't come easily. So what we have to focus is, you have to focus on issues and context assumptions if you are problem solving and critical thinker. If you are creative thinker and working on critical, then you have to think about contradictions and synthesizing and all. But if you are problem solving and creative thinking, you have to think about taking risks, solving problems and innovation and all this. Next. So how to trigger those creative thoughts? Because ideation, problem solving, there is a flavor of triggering creative thoughts. So be hungry for information, read and read more. Take up crafts and hobbies. Write, scribble, draw, design, whatever comes into your head. And this is also applicable to VLSI designers. They also do the same work. Their mind is different. Otherwise, they do the same practice. Brainstorm ideas with others and all. So these are some of the thoughts. Just for fun, I kept it this slide. Next slide, please. So now coming to critical thinking. Before entering problem solving and the definition of problem, analyzing, communication, open-mindedness, creativity, and problem solving. Next. But problem solving doesn't come easily. Sometimes it has to pass through this rigorous process, analyzing, interpretation, evaluation. So you interpret, then you evaluate, and then you make decision. Now while making decision, this evaluation plays a very vital role. If your evaluation parameters are not the best ones, you can go in the wrong direction. You can take the wrong decision. When you take decision, you arrive at the problem solving approach. Next slide, please. So now we come to the formal part of problem solving. What is the problem? A problem arises when a living creature has a goal but does not know how this goal is to be reached. That means a problem exists whenever one cannot go from the given situation to the desired situation simply by action. I am here, I want to go there. If I don't walk, I don't have steps, I don't have path, I don't have solution, I don't go there. So this is from, it's very old definition, 1945, on problem solving by Dunker. What is problem solving? It is the process of working out or discovering how to reach such goal. So we have difficulties getting to the solution. This is how to reach the goal. Next slide. So what are the steps? So it's an iterative loop, and you can start from here, define problem, analyze problem, identify solutions, choose solution, plan of action, and then implementation. Again, same slide, one more time. Next. Define the problem, then determine the causes. Now this is important. Cause, solution, effect. Determine the causes, develop solutions, select a solution, one of the solutions, implement the solution, and evaluate the value of that solution. Now this is important. You are evaluating your own solution. These are these others possible options. Next. So this is an ideal problem solving method. Identify the problem, describe the outcome. Now here it's a different approach. In the previous slide we were focusing on the cause effect formula. Here we are focusing on outcome. Describe the outcome, explore possible strategies, anticipate outcome and action, and then look and learn. So look and learn is like putting them into closed loop and maybe iteration of the loop if required. So sometimes the prototype may not be the perfect one. The prototype is not as per the initial design. If the prototype is not giving you the initial design solution, you have to again go into that loop of putting them together so that the next version of the prototype is far closer to your original idea or original design. Next. But in life also, when you are going for problem solving, if you are working in industry, this is for fun, you will find two types of people: solution focused individuals and problem focused individuals. Before we focus on to them, let us focus here, problem focused. So what is wrong? So whoever is problem focused individual, वही बोलेगा भाई गलती क्या है, what is wrong, what needs fixing, blame and control. It was not my fault, it was your fault, it was X's fault. The expert knows best. I am not the expert, contact the expert. And deficits and weaknesses. But somebody who is solution focused individual, on the other hand, are better at solving problems. They are really good at identifying interventions. And that's why they will take a very positive approach of what is wanted. Instead of what is wrong, what is wanted. What needs fixing, what is working. Because he is solution focused individual. Blame and control, we go with progress. Can we solve it? Can we solve at least 30% right now? 50% tomorrow, maybe 70% day after tomorrow? Progress. Collaboration. He will not say that somebody is an expert. Let us collaborate. So he will be party to that solution team. Resources and strengths. Next slide, please. Now, if you take that approach, these are the steps to solve a problem. Identify the problem, develop alternatives, because you are a solution focused individual, develop alternatives, select the best alternative, which is giving you the solution, and then implement that. Now here you are going for the loop. Did the solution work? Yes, it is done. If no, again you go back to the loop. Next slide, please. So again, define the problem, brainstorm solutions, pick a solution, implement the solution, review the results. There are certain engineering aspects where results are collected, and for such kind of problem domain, this strategy will work. This is the most repeated strategy. Next. Now, instead of focusing on problem solving, can we derive something called problem solving process? Because process speaks volume. So, one is sources of problem, because now I am focusing on dividing the entire process for problem solving. So, sources of problems, to know how to assess if current condition is not the desired condition. My current state is not the goal state. My current is not the solution. Second, problem selection criteria, to know which problems to start from and where to focus my resources, where to put all my resources. Third, roles and responsibilities in problem solving, to know who should do what. Now, that is important. If you are in collaboration, you are building a team, then you should know whose expertise is what, and then you have to allocate the experts according to the need of an hour or the need of the solution approach. Training system, because everybody is not there just to solve the problem, because people do not have a magic wand. You have to understand that. So, training system to equip people with knowledge and skills appropriate for their role in problem solving. And then, when you are working for problem solving process, you will go with set of problem solving tools. For engineering problems, it would be different. For psychological problems, it would be different. For social setup, it would be different. Even in engineering, if you are working on automation, it would be different. If you are for like soft skills and other related stuff, it would be different. Have a way to get to the root cause and the problem appropriate is to scale. And then monitoring system. Can I just monitor the system? Because I am trying to devise a process, and that's why there is a system notion. And when the system is there, I have to monitor the system. Otherwise, over a period of time, your system will have loopholes, and those loopholes will get exaggerated, and your entire problem solving process will be compromised. Next. So this is one approach called vital. Verify reality, inspire, tackle gaps, agree to the action, and learn and review. Next slide, please. Now, there are 4 types of problem. Now we come to types of problem. There are 4 types. One vertical is for reactive or correct. Another one is created, or and if they are created, they require proactive approach. So what do you mean by reactive problem? Putting gap from the standard. A nation is building the wall and there is some problem. Or you are making a TNT bars and it is not as per the standard. So all this falls in this category, gap from the standard. Troubleshooting. With computer maintenance, a lot of troubleshooting is there. Type 3 is new target condition, another proactive problem solving approach. New target conditions, and type 4 is innovation. Now this takes our attention. Next slide, please. Next. Innovation. Next. I think this is, yeah. No, this had all the slides. I don't know. While copying half, I funnel, yes. This was the slide. You press the end of presentation. Go to the full screen mode. Okay, that's fine. So from previous slide to this one, there are 4 types of problem. There are 3 categories where the solution is known. Solution is known. Solution is known. Solution is not known. Let us take one. First one. Solution is known. Solution requires just action. And a very simple example. The boxes were there. Somebody had to just pick up the box, put it there. That's all. Solution is known. Anybody can do these tasks. Anybody can accomplish the task. That's all. Second, solution is known, but solution requires additional expertise. You need additional expertise to put that. Only Tom, Dick and Harry cannot complete that. Third, solution is known, but solution requires creative approaches. Little bit of expertise is not going to solve the problem. You need somebody who is focused, somebody who is well acquainted with the system, somebody who has that innovative thread can bring the solution. And fourth, solution is not known, need to be identified. Because I always tell, when I conduct classes, I always tell them that for us it is very easy because a lot of things is known to us. Think about Archimedes, who had no reference point. See, we always have reference point. If we are writing an application for employment, for job, for leave, we have some reference point. There are so many tasks in this world where we have reference point. But people who invented the product, people who came up with that solution for the very first time, we had no reference point. And this is not only applicable to inventors. Inventors are ठीक है, चलो Archimedes, Newton, there are so many Boyle, all these people. The person who designed the mouse for the first time, the person who came up with flat screen for the first time, somebody who came with cursor for the first time, somebody who implemented a lot many product and product related features are there. But for the first time, we have no reference point. And without reference point, they actually went with this. And that is something where you do not know the solution. In fact, sometimes there are so many inventions which has happened by fluke. They were working in some X direction and they got some product in Y, form and format. It has happened. So, you do not know the solution, and Velcro is one example. Sticky note is one example. That man, 4 to 5 people came with that glue which was not very sticky enough. It had no good power and quality, and it showed it to the person, and the person could not sleep for the whole night. He said, ऐसी प्रोडक्ट है क्या करूँगा जो लंबे टाइम तक चिपके नहीं रहेगा. But in morning, we thought about sticky notes. So sticky note is one such solution where we were not knowing it, but it has, and today there are perhaps 50 major companies in the world which are making crores and millions of rupees out of the selling of sticky notes. So that is one such example. Next. Now, we know this. Now let us try to understand that what are the problem solving approaches. So one I will cover because we don't have that much time. So I will cover the rest. Maybe a couple of slides are there. Next slide, please. So this is called Ask 5 panel. Now what is this? So when you identify, it's a very simple analogy to understand. Once you identify the problem, to the root cause, to find out the root cause, you ask why questions 5 times, and I'll give you the examples, and we'll arrive at the solution. So what these 5 whys do? They do the magic, and you come to the root cause of the problem. So let us take the example. So grasp the situation. So to grasp the situation, because we are in a problem state. I arrive at the problem state. Problem is there. Problem looms large, and I'm in the situation. Problem is identified. Now problem is either large, vague, complicated. Then you clarify it. Basic cause-effect investigation. It is called cause-effect investigation. What you try to do is you just identify clarify the problem. Then you try to find out the area of the cause. If it is a shop floor, area. If it is like logical one, or then you just try to find out what actually causes the problem. If it is software, you just try to debug the code and just try to find out, or your syntax error you analyze and all this. So area of the cause located. Where in the process is the problem occurring? You just try to find out that location hunting, location finding kind of. Then point of cause, POC. POC के दो मतलब है innovation ecosystem में. One is proof of concept. Another one is point of cause. So go see the problem. And now this is the grasping the situation, which is the larger part of the funnel, and the bottom cause investigation. How do you find out? It is called 5 why analysis. Investigation of root cause. Why did we have the problem? Why did it get to the customer? Why did our systems fail? All this kind of very basic fundamental questions. So why? One time, find out the cause. Second time, zoom into the cause. Third cause, fourth cause, and then you arrive the root cause. And then you can take the corrective action. And this is called systematic or systemic corrective action. Next slide, please. Let us have the example. You will enjoy this very simple example. In a process industry, the robots start immediately, abruptly. Sorry, not immediately, abruptly. Why did the robot stop? First question. पूरे बंद क्यों हो गए? The circuit was overloaded, causing a fuse to blow. ये हो रहा है, इसकी वजह से robot stopped. Why is the circuit overloaded? There was insufficient lubrication on the bearings, so they locked up, and because they locked up, blew. Third, why was there insufficient lubrication on the bearings? The oil pump on the robot is not circulating sufficient oil. Why is the pump not circulating sufficient oil? The pump intake is clogged with metal shavings. तो जो वो clogging हो गया metal shaving के साथ नहीं हो रहा है. Why is the intake clogged with metal shavings? Because there was no filter on the pump. That means the robot got stopped. And what is the root cause? One filter was not there. Either it was not installed, or missing, somebody forgot to put it at the right location. That's all. 5 whys funnel. Next, let us take one more example, because you enjoyed this example. 5 whys analysis. What is the problem? The conveyor belt on the main production line has stopped. The conveyor belt has stopped. First why? Why has the conveyor belt stopped? The main pulley responsible for rotating the belt is not functioning properly. Why is the main pulley not functioning correctly? Because it is not getting enough power from the motor. Why it's not getting enough power from the motor? Because the motor has stopped working. Why has the motor stopped working? Because the motor windings have burned out. Why the windings have burned out? Because the motor was loaded beyond its power capacity. Why was the motor overloaded? Instructions about the motor's maximum more weight were missing. Nobody mentioned 600 kg maximum or 750 kg maximum. We're missing here. Or so one simple instruction missing here. The conveyor belt has stopped the entire production line. Something. So you can understand problem solving approach, how the root cause of problem, POC. So sometimes so trivial stuff, but the impact is so enlarged one. Next. Now we come to brainstorming. So pick a small problem or inconvenience in your life at the moment, what is causing and maintaining this problem, what are the potential solutions, what are the pros and cons or strengths and weaknesses of the solutions, so that you can find out the best solution. I'm just reading them, but create a plan to implement the solution. And then, so next slide please. I'm going a bit fast. It's called ideal. Now what is ideal approach? Ideal approach is another approach like 5-why funnel, brainstorm rules, matlab traffic rules to break karo. No. Innovation is devising self-driving car. So we, as engineering graduates, we need to understand that innovation is not breaking traffic rules. Innovation is all about designing self-driving car and all the components which require self-driving car. Innovation is all about thinking about the products which Boston Dynamics is making. And I advise each one of you to watch these YouTube videos from Boston Dynamics. Some of them are finest ones, just to understand what a robot can do, how they actually come with problem-solving approach. Next. So, when you watch the Boston Dynamics videos, you can very easily understand what is underfitting, what is appropriate fitting, and what is overfitting. Next. This is a creative way of problem-solving framework. And for software engineer, yes, this is very important. Formulation, planning and execution, and solution finding. Next slide, please. Creative problem-solving approach. Continuing this last slide. Stay informed, problem recognition, problem identification, idea generation. Now this is what is our second leg of the session. Next. Because I require 10 minutes to explain this, that's why next. Okay, this is these are goals, these are tools, and this is output. And these are divergent thinking and convergent thinking. Design to prototype. Because software and IT people, we are quite interested in developing prototypes. And that's why I'll take one more lecture on how prototypes can be made. Very systematic, authentic way of developing prototypes. Next slide, please. Now, this is intentionally kept. This is from Steve Jobs, because the use case company is Apple. Steve Jobs says that technology alone is not enough. It is technology. You need creative geniuses, and you create teams where creative geniuses are there, and they sit together and they brainstorm the ideas and then find out the solution. Because asking 5 whys problem, perhaps you can stop the root cause of conveyor belt. But if I don't need conveyor belt, if I need wireless charging, for wireless charging, 5 why problem solving technique is not going to work. For that, I need mixture of creative thinking people and critical thinking people, put them in one team, and they will come up with some solution where they will think that wire की जरूरत ही नहीं है, wire ही निकाल दो, something like that. So that is innovation, out of box thinking. Next. Now come to ideation. 7 to 8 slides now. So what is ideation? So when ideation is very chaotic initially. A lot of buzz ideas, many ideas are there, but nothing is getting streamlined. You are not getting anything. जैसे है ना कि 12th स्टैंडर्ड पास करने के बाद यही होता है ना, इंजीनियरिंग करूं, कौन सी ब्रांच, बीएससी करता हूं, ये करता हूं, वो करता हूं. A lot of nothing is fixed. And enjoy it, because it is anyway not giving you any kind of. So it's very chaotic. Then slowly and gradually you enter the phase of validation, idea validation, and then minimum viable product or viable idea, and that gets streamlined, and then you follow the traction. So traction of an idea doesn't come easily. It starts with chaotic process and then traction. Next, let us enlarge this. This is the journey of an idea. Very much confusion, very chaotic, requires or consumes a lot of time and money, and then yeah moment, validation, and then traction, that is woo moment. Next. For that ideation, क्या करना चाहिए? Empathize. Put yourself in the shoes of the end user. If you really want to design the bottle, you have to understand. And there is a YouTube video that when I do this, I save a lot of space and time and money for that company. So what you try to do is empathize, and to empathize, you have to take interviews, you have to understand, you should not be judgmental. You should not say कि यार ये जो साइट सिविल की साइट है, इंजीनियरिंग जो साइट है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ये जो मजदूर है उनको काम ही नहीं करना है, साले आलसी हो गए. No, don't do it. Empathize, put them in their shoes, try to find out their problem. Sometimes talk to them cordially, try to get their problem, and then perhaps, so this is empathize. Define. for personas, role objective, decisions, challenges, all this. Ideate. Then comes the ideation part. You to share ideas. All ideas are worthy. Don't reject any idea on day one. Just keep on getting the ideas. You never know which idea will get clicked. Yes, and thinking. Yes, and thinking. Prioritize the ideas. Then mock-up routes. Storyboards. You can create story. There are many IT companies where storyboards are there. And storyboard is one very effective where you choose one person, say Venki, and then Venki is having this problem, and then try to find out. So you are just creating a very big story of Venki where your problem is important, and just to. So initially it's very chaotic. Venki doesn't know what to do, or Venki has a very peculiar problem. कि मुझे इंसुलिन तो लेना है, लेकिन मुझे हर बार डॉक्टर के पास जाना पड़ेगा. तो वो इंसुलिन का जो पेन आता है, व्हाट इज द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द पेन? वो जो नीडल है, उसका जो माइक्रोन लेवल का है, जहां से कोई भी इंसान अपने अंदर वो डाल सकता है. दैट इज द यूरेका मोमेंट. डिजाइनिंग दैट नीडल, दैट इंसुलिन पेन नीडल, और दुनिया में देयर आर वेरी लिमिटेड कंपनीज जो वो बनाती है. And it is reusable. And the person, and there are so many millions of diabetic patients, type 1 diabetic, type 2 insulin dependent. For all insulin dependent people, it was a eureka moment. But for that, you need this. Ideas worthy, diverge. There are some convergent ideas, divergent ideas you are working on with them. Yes, and thinking, and then priorities, and then mock-up storyboards. So that's where storyboards start. Keep it simple. Pen, and they call it pen. They don't call it injection, they don't call it inject, nothing. They call it pen. So that is also, it's like Maggi, 2 minutes noodle. Why 2 minutes? Because that's the biggest marketing idea, which has made sure that Maggi gets clicked. Kuch mitha ho jaye is one idea, because Indians like celebrating festivals with something sweet. Kuch mitha ho jaye. So that's punchline. So that punchline emerged out of these storyboards. I can give you a number of examples, and these are not fake examples. I read it somewhere in there, I'm just sharing with you. So storyboards. Fail fast and all this. And then test. Understand the impediments, what work, what do not work, role play. But also sometimes there are some problems where there are some ideation also, role play. There are some problems also. You have to role play. You have to understand the problem. You have to go deep down into the problem. And then only the solution will come to you. Next. So when I go with ideation process, basically what I try to do, maximize and record collective knowledge. Now what is collective knowledge? See, data, information, knowledge and wisdom. So knowledge. So collective knowledge, collective wisdom. Manage, develop and decide. That is drive idea execution. Plan, socialize and monetize. That's the measurable results. That's where the monetary aspects and the other viability aspects actually come. Next. What are the benefits of ideation? क्या मिलेगा? Ultimately, if you are in Ahmedabad, you will definitely ask this question. Improved quality of ideas, critical insights. You will never get critical insight unless you are into ideation. Unless when the storyboard is there, unless when the canvas is there, unless when you welcome all ideas. Because sometimes which idea will get clicked, you never know. Just critical insights. You will sometimes idea give you better understanding of the problem, and sometimes problem lead you towards the ideation part. You never know. There are no rules. In fact, jokingly I used to tell some of my friends that the rule is there is no rule. Just it is as simple as that. And when you break rules, you come up with innovative ideas. When you break rules, because sometimes you never know that just putting a mouse besides the system is going to change the entire industry. Just designing the concept of object-oriented programming will entirely change the way people used to program. Otherwise, you just discuss the previous operating the programming languages. And then the revolution C++ has brought. अगर C++ नहीं होता तो जावा भी नहीं होता, अगर जावा नहीं तो ये सारे .NET पाइथन कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता. The magical moment was object oriented programming. When somebody thought कि ऑपरेटर ओवरलोडिंग हो सकता है, इनहेरिटेंस हो सकता है, ग्लोबल वेरिएबल हो सकता है, लोकल वेरिएबल हो सकता है, something. So programmatically this is the ideation part. So somebody might have thought it, he had no reference point, as I said earlier, but this is something. So this is programming ideation part. So I can give you such examples. Better engagement with your end user, with your customer, you will develop better engagements. And when better engagement happens, definitely the product, the prototype, the sell, and the financial aspects actually starts paying you, buying. That's the fourth advantage. Next. So coming to the circle, when you are in design thinking, idea part, analyze, explore, amplify, identify. Next. Again, same stuff, but this is with human-centered ideas. Lead with user needs and think about how to communicate ideas. So lay down rules. So these are, if you are working on a storyboard, you have to just follow these 5 principles, and your team will be at one level. Next. Ideation process. This is for web developers, software, review your content, concept formation, create visuals, web design, and go live. This is how all the bloggers, they all work. That's why this slide is kept. Next. Now this is regarding the Ldce ecosystem and all this. Idea evaluation process. Ideation is taking place here. So this is how we are going to approach it. Idea pre-screening, decisions, evaluation, steering committee, then decision for a proposal. And once it makes this, so we have the key criteria for idea evaluation. That's how your idea will be evaluated. And then once your idea is accepted, there is a business case. So I may have 15 ideas per day, and 5 of them are amazing ones. But do they really make business case? And that's where pitching comes. That I give you 5 minutes to pitch your idea. Because when you pitch your idea, there are certain aspects. Some of them are novelty, business case. Does it make a business? Does it make sense? Because getting idea is, that's your virtue. But does it really make a business sense? Does it have the potential for scalability? Because I can create a very good product which works in the city of Ahmedabad. But is it scalable in other cities of Gujarat? If yes, then other cities of India. If yes, other cities of the world. And if it is, you be the next billion. Because that's what the world is looking for. And that's where problem solving ideation actually plays role. Why everybody is doing? Why everybody talks about innovation? Because I read it some 4 or 5 years back that somebody from General Electric and his chairman was telling that 30% of General Electric's revenue will come from people who are no longer associated with General Electric. And it was not his statement when he was taking buffet dinner. In an official public corporate meeting, this was his statement. The 30% of just General Electric, if it is making 300 billions of business, 30% of that business will come from people who have nothing to do with GE. And that's why every company, that's why all people, whether it is GUSAID, whether it is SSIP 2.0, whether it is, you look at every place, why they are doing this? Because every person is worried that somebody who is sitting in a garage, 2-3 people, they can come with $1 billion company. And this has happened. It has happened with Microsoft, Apple, WhatsApp. Some of them they started their career with garage. And today, they are multi-billion-dollar company. And that's why. Because you need 100 crore to set up a factory, or maybe 10 crore to set up a factory. Today, you don't need that. Whatever, you need 2 laptops. So you can start WhatsApp. And after 5.5 years, total employees are 67. 67, including the logistic and finance people. So 57 technical staff. What is the age of that company? 5.5 years. And how much Facebook paid to them? $19 billion, $27 billion. Can you imagine 57 people creates a company? Initially it was started with only 2 laptops. But anyway, 57 people, 5.5 years of age, and you are a $19 million company. That is the power of ideation. And that's why such sessions are there. Just to make you understand that if it is making a business case, you cannot imagine, even people who founded Microsoft or Google, they are not aware that they are creating an enterprise which will change the entire world. Because British Petroleum is there since 130 years. Some companies are there since like 150 years, but they are not there in the top 5 list. Top 5 list are those companies like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google. They were non-existent before 35 odd years. Nobody knew that if somebody said Amazon ही वर्ष सोचता था. If somebody on the, even if you are sending on the banks of Amazon and you say Amazon, people will not look at the river. They will say Amazon मतलब product. कुछ purchase कर रहा है ये बंदा, है ना? So this is the power of ideation. Next. So how do you do it? So ideation, knowledge immersion, consumer immersion. So these are all the parameters. So what? Generate ideas aligned with strategic direction. Then concept development. Develop and refine the concept, select those with greatest potential. And then concept screening comes. And then you do the product development and product launch. Pre-launch testing and post-launch evaluation. All these are corporate terms, but you can understand the meaning, the primary meaning of this. Next. So this is true ideation process. Simplify requirements, compare, not eliminate, pilot and user test your ideas. So why this is there? If you want to dial a phone, if you want to dial a number, you take any Android device. You press on the person, the call doesn't go. The screen comes, उसके बाद ये बटन पे, वो green बटन पे प्रेस करना पड़ता है. In iPhone, you press on the person and the call goes. Yes or no? That is optimization. If somebody asks me that why Apple, despite of that, so it charges 3 times more money, yes or no? Any good quality Samsung phone comes in 20,000, where Apple comes in 55 plus thousands, 3 times more money. But where the money comes? So we want a mobile operating system where I just put my finger on the person and the call goes. With Apple it goes. That is optimization. That is human-centered design. So if you make human-centered design, people will open their wallets and they will pay you 3 times more money. And you will make $700 billion every year selling iPhones. Here I am not putting iPhone's case. I am putting ideation. You have never thought this. We have used Apple phones, we have used non-Apple phones, but we have not thought this. अभी ये सोचा है कि वो नाम पूरे कॉल नहीं जाता, इसमें जाता है. Once you start putting that idea, then you start thinking about ideation, because that is where the process optimization comes. And once you start thinking about process optimization, perhaps आप जो कम्बर्ट की फाइल लिखोगे उसमें भी आप ऑप्टिमाइज कर पाओगे. You will give better content with less effort, but we never put our efforts and energy into it. That is something which is important. Next. So ideation, scoping, building business case. This is what I was talking about. Then development, testing, validation, and launch. So that's how your ideathon should go, or ideation process should go. Next. Next. Okay. So this is how the initial funding from friends and family, then civil society, then professionals, proof of concept, then scaling, and then private companies, sustainable scale. Next. The ecosystem. Initially, 1,000 people will enter. Only 100 will be at the startup phase. Out of 100, scale up में सिर्फ 10. After that, only 2 at the growth phase. And after that, 1. और 1 में से कोई unicorn बनता है. Even 1. Everyone is not unicorn. So, how many enter? That's why 97% of the startups failed. 1,000 is next. So we are on the verge of the 4th industrial revolution. Now, why I kept this slide intentionally, just to make you understand that we started with the first industrial revolution, which was propelled by steam, the power of steam. All apparatus, equipments, machines, they were all steam operated. Then came second industrial revolution, which was run by electricity. Because electricity got invented, we started building factories, electricity, consumption, usage. Third industrial revolution is dominated by computing. Computerization of everything, I call it. When the fourth industrial revolution will be based on intelligence. Machines and all this, but abstracted power will be intelligence. When you take decisions, artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence, but intelligence. Next. So, you can take him, disagree with him, glorify him, vilify him. One thing, you cannot ignore him because he was a genius. He saw products in concepts. There are very few people. People see concepts in products. He was one person who could see products in concepts. And that's why he could build a $1 billion company. Next slide, please. So computers are like bicycles for our brains, minds. Thank you patient listening. Thank you very much. I know you are tired ones, but if there are questions, I would be happy to take your questions. If there are no questions, there are two possibilities. Either you are completely convinced or you are completely confused. Thank you.
So, any questions from hearing students? Yes, please.
Can somebody bring mic to him? Ye le jao.
Hello. Sir, how to apply for IIC? Can you explain full process?
Yes. See, there are many aspects to it, but it's a very valid question. SSIP is Student Startup and Innovation Policy. Gujarat State was the first one to introduce this policy. We already completed one phase, that's called SSIP 1.0. Now SSIP 2.0 has already been rolled out. So there are many colleges which has got SSIP 2.0 approval and grant and all this. So what you are supposed to do is you will just contact, if you are in computer department, Professor Hetal Joshiara, Professor Prachi and Professor Parth. These three people are they handle the IIC SSIP innovation part. So you just contact them, submit your POC or your idea part, and then it will be further deliberated for the evaluation process. And it is open right now, so you can just submit the ideas. Does it satisfy your query? Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
Sir, many problems here we are shown for the main problem solving, how to identify a problem, get solutions, ways to get the cause. Which one we should select? We have got a number of books for each and every problem. So which method we should follow? How to use trial and error in this phase? Which method we should?
Okay. So if I'm not wrong, if I interpreted your question rightly, you just asked that if I want to prepare a subject or if I want to go for some solution with respect to some specific subject, which approach I should adopt?
So, by technique of and also techniques for problem solving.
Okay, fine. Okay, clear. So there are certain notions. Whether you are interested in preventive action, you are interested in corrective actions, you are interested in avoidance action, that is one. Second, when you identify the problem, which domain the problem is, because if you take process industry, if you take auto major, if you take pharma industry, if you take chemical company, if you take this software development company, the approach would be different because the ecosystem is different, the terminology is different. But there is a common answer. When you identify the problem, 5 whys or Toyota has 7 whys, these are some of the solution techniques. But the best solution is understand the problem. If you understand the problem, the solution will automatically pop up. Because 5 whys or anything, what you are basically, you just try to enlarge the problem. Now when I say enlarge the problem, मतलब problem को बड़ा करो ऐसा नहीं. हाँ, you try to get the insight to the problem. If it is auto major, insight will give you different dimension. If it is like you made some product live and there are issues with some particular devices where the product, all features are not shown. Or you have created a software module and that module works well with one specific database connectivity. Or if you are working with some chemical plant, the products are coming, but the catalyzing behavior does not give you the right amount, the right proportion of the product development. So just observe that, and based on that, you just try to find out that what are these amicable solutions. And then the cycle is very, identify the problem, try to find out the causes, what are the possible solutions, choose one. So when you go with possible solutions, always try to find out, see, the general idea is, can I simplify the solution? Because I can give you the solution. Somebody comes to me, I just want to learn Python, and I'll say, these are 10 books, total 3000 pages, just run, go through all 3000 pages, make 200 programs and you'll be Python master. That's not the solution. Can I give him some solution where understanding Python, और वो ऊपर से नहीं, अंदर से, but this is 2 slides, these are 2 websites जहाँ पे इसके online lectures होते हैं, this is 1 book, or you go and meet this faculty and the faculty will guide. Simple solution, optimum solution. Next. Any? Yes.
I'd like to suggest those books which you have read or came through in your
Yeah. See, there are many books which are part of my library. So it's the list goes like 700 plus. But there are some books on, if you just Google out, there are some books on ideation. You just type ideate or ideation. So that is one. Second is, there are so many examples which I have shared. So when you read autobiographies, because autobiographies when person writes or biographies, so it's real case. So there are no hypothetical stuff. It's real. So reading autobiographies or biographies is one. Second, for that particular, like say ideation. So what are top 3 selling books? और दूसरा, अब आपका क्वेरी ये है कि चलो बुक तो मिल गया, अब पता कैसे चलेगा कि वो बुक मुझे खरीदना है? तो वो बुक 500 पेज का है या 300 पेज का है, उसका कोई भी पेज निकालो, मे बी 17, मे बी 317, उसका 2 पैराग्राफ पढ़ो. अगर 2 पैराग्राफ भी आपको इंटरेस्ट देते हैं, बुक का टाइटल जो भी हो, ऑथर जो भी हो, तो फिर रैंडमली किसी और पेज पे जाओ, अगेन 2 पैराग्राफ पढ़ो. अगर वो भी तुमको इंटरेस्ट करते हैं, तीसरी बार, क्योंकि हम तो अहमदाबाद वाले हैं, है ना, तो तीसरी बार कोई भी पेज पे जाओ, just try to read 1 or 2 paragraphs. अगर ये तीनों बार it gives you interest, randomly you are choosing the page, और वो आपको कुछ information दे रहा है, आपको आनंद दे रहा है, then you buy that book. That's how you should buy the book. So उसमें भी आपको 5 बुक मिल जाएगी. सपोज यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन इनोवेशन, सो इनोवेशन पे आपको 5 बेस्ट सेलिंग टाइटल मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन बेस्ट सेलिंग टाइटल में आपको कौन सी बुक खरीदने हैं. So this is one good way of choosing one of the book. That's all, I suppose. Any query? Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so sir, एक photograph બધા students સાથે તમારે. Yeah, everyone, please come on stage. Just try to adjust yourself. It's gone.